pull it to you, get comfy. We're only going to be here for 3 or 4 hours, so
Sweet.
Should cover it all in time.
Should cover my first 4 years in the music business.
There's motion in my backyard.
You got squirrels?
Yeah. I give them peanuts.
More ASMR. Perfect.
I don't even know what that means.
We looked it up the other day.
Yeah, it's audio.
Do you know what it means,
sexual
Neil?
representation.
ASMR.
No.
You know, it's where they have the.
Do I need to look it up again?
Is that some sexual thing?
It's the fetish.
Yeah, where they tie you up.
Yeah.
Now we know how Neil likes it.
No, that's why I'm asking.
Autonomous sensory meridian response.
Meridian, Mississippi.
I'll
Houser.
never be able to remember what that means.
No, it's dumb. It should be something simple.
It's a term used to describe a tingling, static-like, or goosebump sensation in responses to specific triggering audio or visual stimuli. These sensations are said to spread across the skull or down the back of the neck, and for some, down the spine or limbs, and in, for David, in the nether regions.
Yeah, you know what's spreading across my nether regions right now? The heat in this building. It's real hot.
Yeah, I might have to shed
It's cold out, so we have to turn the heat on, and then someone really overcompensates.
It's like when you get in your car and you immediately turn it on high heat.
Yeah.
And then it's not going to heat up any faster.
You're boiling.
It's just
Still have your coat on.
Yeah. And you take your shoes off and your pants. Yeah. And then she says no, and you're like, but maybe.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I don't know. I don't know. Welcome to Twangtown.
Hey.
I am David Tolliver.
And I am Colt Mirsky. And today we have with us Neil Medley.
That's me.
We have 4 sound effects. Don't get too excited.
No, that's awesome.
That is for sure not your real name.
It is.
No.
It's Carl Medley, my dad.
Carl.
Ed Medley, his dad.
It sounds made up. I'm a songwriter, so I'm just going to do something musical in my last name.
I got that a lot.
Yeah.
I like the rhyme of Ed Medley.
Yeah.
Ed Medley.
Yeah.
Yeah, he produced
It's not a rhyme. What would you call that? The Ed Med. What is that?
It's definitely
alliteration, maybe?
No. Alliteration's when it's the same letter.
Mucho mothers, mostly mammogram.
I'm not an
just
English
write
major.
songs.
Leave me alone.
Just write songs.
Ed Ned is a rhyme.
Yeah, Ed Medley.
Ed
Little known fact here. He produced the first barrel of Maker's Mark bourbon. Yeah.
What? Your grandfather?
Yeah. He was with the Samuels family. He worked for them.
Huh.
And there's a great picture of
So
him.
you have family in Kentucky now, huh?
Yeah,
That's a
from
fun
Kentucky.
fact.
You're from Kentucky?
You did your research. I can
Welcome
tell
to
this.
Twangtown.
My research consists of...
You got some coffee or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you from, Kentucky?
Louisville, Valley Station, Kentucky.
Dude, that's the problem.
See?
You picked the wrong town.
Well, first time I met Stapleton, he goes, people in Louisville don't know there's anything other in Kentucky than Louisville. I was like, nice to meet you too.
See, I'm from East Kentucky.
Yeah,
from around Hazard.
Yeah, I went to University of Kentucky.
You did?
Oh, okay. There's some retribution there.
Yeah, I've also attended CATS.
I thought you were going to say Louisville, and David was really about to get mad.
I did go there my first year. Then I got smart.
There you go.
You had to stick around.
Sure.
When your girlfriend's in high school. Still in high school.
That's that. If they, out of context, that would have sounded real weird.
My wife is in high school right now.
Thank you. Two.
I Where did you live?
The south end of Louisville. So
no, I'm talking about when you went to Kentucky.
Lived on Turkey Foot.
No, sure do.
Transylvania Avenue.
Yeah, sure do.
Yeah, right off Euclid.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know exactly where it is. I lived off Tates Creek Road up there.
Yeah. You're in the high dollar district.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I lived off of Spring Meadow Drive, right off of Harrisburg Road there.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I enjoyed my time.
I enjoyed my 5.5 years in college. It was great.
Yeah.
That's all you went?
Got 1 degree.
I did the 5-year program at Belmont. It was awesome and expensive.
I went for
I
8
can
years.
imagine.
8 years I did.
Did you really?
No. I dropped.
He did think he was going to be a doctor.
I was going to go to the University of Kentucky Medical School.
Oh, wow.
And I realized I did not like sick people.
Gotcha.
So I dropped right out of college.
You can see the irony there.
Yeah. That's hard to deal with.
What years were you at Kentucky?
That was 93, I think, because that was my second or third stop. I also went to Campbellsville.
Campbellsville, nice.
Yep. Did a year at Campbellsville, and then I went to Kentucky, did like 3 years there.
You were there right. You left right when I got there.
Yeah.
I went to a community college for a couple of years in Hazard Community College, the Mecca. So it's a big school.
It
there.
sounds huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The football team's hellacious
monstrous.
there. Yeah.
Monstrous. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just as I was leaving, we were winning national championships.
96 and 98. Sure did.
Finished second the year in between, 97 to Arizona.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like we should have won that.
Should have won it.
But what's his name? Got hurt. Derek Anderson.
Yeah.
Couldn't play.
Who's also from Louisville.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Still like him too.
It's not me, it's him.
I know. I joke about it. Most of the rest of Kentucky.
Now, do you just hate the Cardinals?
I
or
despise
the
that
city
school. I
itself?
hate that school.
Yeah.
Nail, I like you,
I appreciate that.
but I've always said we should damn the Ohio
yeah.
and just run it under Louisville and give it to Indiana. I'm sorry. It's just, it's my disdain for the school that
I get you. My dad and my brother follow Louisville. I'm the only one that went to
you're the smart,
followed
smart,
Kentucky. Yeah.
Good job.
How does that work out in the family dynamics?
We don't talk about it much. Yeah.
It's like politics.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
Yeah,
it's a real.
I get it.
Louisville and Kentucky do not like each other.
I grew up in Texas. It's the Texas A&M or Texas Oklahoma. It's a thing.
There's no I cheer for Louisville when we don't play Kentucky, or there's no Louisville cheers for Kentucky when they don't play us.
I don't cheer for A&M.
It's a rivalry.
And when Patino went there, I really wanted him to lose.
I'm so glad he got caught with that woman on that table in that restaurant.
You're just serious.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in today, man.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving a damn.
Yeah. Thanks for giving a damn about Twangtown and being here.
I checked it out. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Sorry.
First one I checked out, Justin Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
It was amazing. Yeah.
It's a lot.
He's great. He's always
Justin.
great.
He's a special person.
Yeah, you don't have to say anything.
No.
You just say, welcome to
go.
Twangtown.
And then just let him go.
Yeah. Love you, Justin.
Yeah.
Did you play music back in Louisville growing up?
My parents owned a bar, and we'd play little. I mostly DJ'd, like country line dancing DJ back in the day. But
What was the bar?
19th Hole Pub, right off Dixie Highway. On
Dixie Highway.
Greenwood Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still Dixie Highway.
Yeah.
And we would play. I played there was a coffee house in Lexington that I played a few times, but mostly they didn't want to hear my music at the 19th Hole Pub.
How rude.
They just wanted the jukebox or the local band.
See, I'm sure Lexington loved you.
Oh, they didn't give a damn either.
No.
Not one damn. So, and then worked construction after I got out of Kentucky, and then decided one day I was like, I had a job. I studied journalism, and I was going to work in Bardstown at their small paper, and I just kept driving.
Okay. Wow.
And just said, I'm going to write songs. So
Nice.
That's when I showed up and got here around the year 2000.
Around the year 2000.
Around the year 2000, about 1999
That's
for the kids.
That's one year.
That's when I
one
moved
year
here.
after.
99.
I moved here in 98.
Yeah.
Yeah, and started writing songs, and then I got a day job turned into a career, and met my woman that's in high school.
Met a wife. And I made her mine.
No, I met Robin, and we started dating. We got married, had a kid, and then I went back to writing.
We had number ones. And
What was the day
thanks for
job?
coming to Twangtown today.
I worked for a staffing company in town, and then they hired me internally.
Like Moses staffing.
It was a locally owned one. I won't give that guy credit for anything, but and but a last name personnel service, and and then I worked marketing for a company, Fortna. And right around that time, my mom was getting sick. She got cancer and ended up passing.
Sorry to hear that.
No, I appreciate it. But I finally decided, I was like, I came here to write songs, and I'm here in marketing. So Robin was like, go write songs. And she gave me like a year, 2 years with no income coming in, just to go chase it.
Wow.
And that's when I met I met Brent Cobb. I met Ward Gunther, all the people I'm still connected with.
That's awesome.
So yeah, been here ever since.
Did you write songs back in Louisville growing up?
Yeah, I did. I moved to town with probably 20 songs though.
Really?
It wasn't like I was. I don't know what made me think
you weren't the Dennis Lindsay yet.
No,
Okay.
I was just like, I wrote 4 songs. Let's go to Nashville.
I can do this.
Yeah.
They're waiting to see me.
Yeah, I sang really well, and in church and Hazard. So
I won a few.
Obviously, I'm going to be famous.
Yeah, I won a few karaoke contests. Let's do this.
I played the Howard Johnsons out there on New Circle Road.
New Circle.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. So came to town, did that, got back into writing, and about 2 years into my deal with my wife of make something happen or go back to work, Luke Bryan cut Tailgate Blues.
Nice.
I didn't have a deal, and next day
You had a bunch of offers?
I had I became a pretty good
How convenient.
writer overnight.
Yeah.
They were like, I've always thought you were great.
Neil, I've always believed in you.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to do it. Now, come on.
Yeah.
Pen and paper, let's
Nashville.
go.
Now give me all that publishing. I was like, no. I told
Did you keep the publishing on this
I
one?
did.
Yeah, that a boy.
And I told Sony or whoever I was talking to, and I was like, if you want the publishing, go talk to Robin. She's flipped the bill for 2 years.
Yeah.
If you can get it from her, it's yours.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. Huh?
So I still have the publishing.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good. And back then they were selling records and CDs. And
Yeah. Mechanical sales.
Yeah.
What year
was
were
that?
royalties?
that was 08, I think, somewhere around there.
Okay.
And it went double or triple, like OG style.
Yeah.
What album was that on?
Tailgates and Tan Lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a big one.
That
I
was
remember seeing that album in I got it free from somebody, maybe Luke. I don't know. I
Maybe.
remember seeing it in my garage all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to it. It was on a CD. What CDs are?
That's short for compact disc.
Yeah, and it had a jewel case and everything.
What's a jewel case?
It's the case that the
where you
CD
keep your
came in.
little
the-
smoking
yeah.
device.
So it's the see-through plastic case that the CD was housed in,
Yeah, it's
along
a housing from a balls.
with the liner notes and CD jacket, which is the cover
Take
art.
off your pants and jacket.
Yeah, Blink-182.
No, cake.
No, they had an album called Take Off Your Pants and Jacket.
No, it's cake.
You want to
You're
put some
right.
money on that?
No.
Okay.
I don't see y'all fight.
I used to drink a lot.
We're almost married.
I drank a bit back in the day,
Yeah.
I don't have them in brain cell. Z,
Brain cells.
with a Z. Blinks 182.
Blinks 182.
Yeah. Yeah.
Were you a big Blink-182 fan?
I was not.
Okay.
It was all country.
What did you listen to growing up? Who was your peoples?
My people, it was a lot of the Texas writers. Steve Earle,
Radney Foster.
definitely Radney.
I see that green Hall hat on your head.
Yeah,
I like that place.
Me and Robin went last fall. We were just drank a few shiners in there, had a good time.
Isn't that an amazing place?
It's perfect.
I
What
love
is
green.
What is this? Pat Green Hall?
Have you never been to Green?
I don't know, man.
It's
I don't
awesome. It's
really
like,
remember where I've
The
been.
oldest honk or dance hall, right?
Yeah.
Where is it?
In Texas.
It's in outside of New Braunfels.
Yeah, New Braunfels. Yeah.
New Braunfels.
New Braunfels.
I love that area of Texas. It's so awesome.
Yeah, everybody's moving there. All those guys, Parker and I think Wade and Randy and all those guys live in that area. But yeah, it was those guys: Steve Earle, Guy Clark.
How'd you get turned on to the Texas guys being from Kentucky?
I think it was Mike Gentry, my buddy's uncle, played me a Guy Clark record when I was
That's a
younger.
good one.
He's pretty good.
And he played me the blues, Dublin Blues record on vinyl.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't know what this is, but I want to consume it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
There's a coolness to Texas country and Texas music
Yeah.
that gets lost sometimes up here.
Absolutely.
And it's just, I don't, you can pick it out. It's very distinctive for what it is.
Oh, for
and
sure.
I've always loved it. I mean, I loved Radney Foster when I first moved to town.
Same here.
You know, just calling
Del Rio.
it was so. I mean,
was
he just slayed it. And
Do you know he used to ride a lot with Vince Gill?
I did not
Yeah. I think Vince is on some of that earlier Radney stuff.
really.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
And the See What You Want to See record probably transformed this town.
It's unreal.
So that probably brought, Keith Urban to town and opened the doors for those guys.
Yeah.
I called him Randy Foster for like the first year that I listened to his music.
Looked like a misprint.
Yeah, I was like, this can't be right. John Mabe, actually, I was like, I love Randy Foster. He goes, Radney. I'm like, you're wrong. And
Yeah, we just had this conversation.
Yeah, he was definitely right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I listened to the Carrie episode as well. I think you brought up she worked with Radney Foster. back
Yeah,
then.
she did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wrote with one of Carrie's writers today.
Oh, nice.
Davis Corley.
Davis Corley.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I don't know
Good
Davis.
writer. Good writer.
Good.
From Knoxville.
Oh,
It's
really?
a little town in East Tennessee.
Never heard of it.
Just a small school there.
Yeah, never heard of it either. Got to
Big
have your
orange.
rivals.
Right.
Which one? What's the real UT?
Texas.
Is it? Do you think the people in Knoxville would disagree with you?
Well, I mean, if you're going to go in chronological order, yes, the University of Tennessee was founded before the University of Texas, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't get in the middle of the real UT. They're both UT. One's Texas, one's Tennessee.
Yeah.
Tennessee's a volunteer state. They did bail
They
out the
both
state
start
of
with
Texas
TE.
during the Battle of the Alamo. So,
Yeah.
Is all this
You know what's
true?
funny?
I'm just shaking my head.
no, this all checks out. You can.
He's very confident in it. If he's not,
He was
That's
funny
all you need in this town.
On my mom's side of the family, I have relatives that come from Tennessee who are part of the volunteer movement that came down to Texas to
Oh, really?
fight all the Mexicanos.
That's pretty
That's
awesome.
Mexican in Spanish.
me what?
Mexicanos.
You sound like a Chipotle ad. Those things kill me, man. It's like they'll be stirring the guacamole and be like, what do you got in there? She'd be like, well, I've got avocados and cheese and jalapenos. It's just, I don't understand.
Guacamole.
It's like, yeah, we're really known for our fajitas.
Yeah, cilantro. Like you just said the other words normal.
Yeah.
But when it's
you
a
said
Spanish
onion.
word.
No, that irks me too.
Onion, jalapeno. Guy Fieri does it a lot to him.
Yeah.
Cooking channels.
And Giada does it.
Yeah.
Puts on her Italian
Do
accent.
you
Oh,
watch?
yeah.
I don't watch it anymore. My wife went through a phase.
Yeah.
So I went through a phase at
Sure.
the same time.
We go to sleep to it at night.
yeah.
Oh, do you watch Housewives?
No, Dateline.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
big
what we-
Dateline fan.
That's
Oh,
what we
you're one of
go-
those.
Bro, so the other day we're watching
fired
Dateline.
up.
I'm so fired up about this. I used to go, my ex-in-laws live in Destin. So when my ex-wife and I would go down, we would go to church with them, Calvary Chapel in Destin, Florida. Well, fast forward to, of course, we're not together anymore, but we're watching Dateline, and I'm like, see this guy on there? I'm like, I know this guy. I don't know where I know this guy from, but I know this guy. His name's James Flanders. He was the pastor of that church. We used to
Really?
play guitar together. We used to he would come over and have dinner, and we
Oh,
would
you
talk about
know
music.
this guy.
Know this guy.
Was he the
He had a
victim?
no.
Oh.
He was the pastor of the church, had an affair with a woman, killed her, and buried her in his backyard.
That's wild.
I'm sitting there with Jenna, and I'm going, I know this guy. She goes, how do you know? You don't know him. And I'm like, I know this guy.
Dude, that's so crazy.
And then when we're talking to my daughter the other day, and she goes, did you see, James Flanders, the old pastor? I'm like, oh my God, yes. It's like, I know somebody on Dateline.
wow.
Not in a good way,
In a good way.
but it's a trip. But we watch just about every Dateline.
Yeah, our TV is like a Samsung or whatever it is, and that's one of like the channels that pops on when you turn on our TV.
Yeah.
So we just to go to sleep, we're watching like Dateline
Yeah.
mysteries, and so you have some crazy dreams, and then you kind of look over at your wife and go, "How could I get away with this?"
Yeah. Mine's always like, I could have done that better.
Oh, that was a mistake. Never talk to
Let me
the
tell you how I
cops.
would do it.
It's like when the husband cheats too, it's like, she'll be looking at me and I'm like, I did not me. How do you feel about it, Colt?
No, you just remind me of my wife woke up the other morning so mad at me. She's like, I had a dream you were cheating on me.
I've been there.
Right.
This has happened like a handful of times over the last 10 years we've been married. And then like, I'm in trouble the rest of the day. I've done nothing wrong. She's like, my dreams.
It felt
Like,
real.
It's so real. I'm so mad at you right now. And I'm like, didn't do anything.
You can't be like,
Didn't
you know
do
how
anything.
psychotic you sound right now.
Yeah. And this last time, this has happened like a couple of weeks ago. I was like, you cannot be mad at me. I have done nothing wrong. I'm sorry you have wacky dreams.
It's like, yeah, I built a go-kart with a clown last night too, honey. You know?
I'm not holding that against you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I flew around with corn stalks as wings. Like, come on. Grow up.
Yeah. Grow up.
You can't say any of that, though.
Hey,
No.
Can I get that water?
No.
Can I have one of your waters, please?
I need all
You
my
didn't
stuff.
bring me a water this time.
Well, you
And Neil didn't
usually
bring
have
me a
like
water this
4,000.
time.
I brought Neil one.
I appreciate that.
Neil even brought his own water.
I sang 2 vocals today, and I'm a little parched.
And how were they?
Average at best.
Average. I
Yes.
feel like that's, you know.
That's my barometer right there. My sweet spot.
Yeah. Can't get sweeter than that.
We were listening to some of my stuff earlier, and I was like, I thought this song was good when I wrote it. You know, it's just not that
It's a
not
different
great.
singer.
No.
It's like that's
He'd play a song like, oh yeah, this is a good song. We'd listen to it and he's like, maybe it's not.
I don't know.
That's so funny.
Nobody knows anymore.
No. It's quite the wild card year. I mean, people are flying out of nowhere, becoming overnight sensations,
Yeah.
and it's just where, as a songwriter, do you concentrate? Like, is it every person that comes in this town, or is it your buddies? Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Are you still pitching for Blake and all those guys, or are you just trying to get on the coattails of one of these overnight successes?
Right.
So-
Right.
It's like, how do you find the next Taylor Swift? You know,
Exactly.
and I thought I've had a couple of those, but
Yeah.
they're not.
It's a wild, wild west right now.
Yeah. I
and
mean,
it's
you get people like, who was it? Like Bailey Zimmerman or Warren Ziders. They just kind of come out of nowhere. At least
Yeah.
For, I would say a lot of people just like, yeah, they just signed with such and such label and the album's coming out tomorrow. And you're like, wait, what? I just heard of this person.
and they already have their crew,
Yeah.
and
got
they're
their
already
crew.
They already had a
gone.
number one.
Yeah.
Like they hadn't even come out yet.
Yeah.
Bailey had a little coming out the other.
Yeah, he had a little party down in Tortuga.
I was
Did you hear
like,
about that?
oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
bless
saw
his
the
heart.
news last night and I was like, I was looking at some of the comments and people were like, yeah, I can't believe he did it again. I was like, oh, wait, he did this before?
He did.
Yeah. I think he did the same thing last year. He did it.
Well, it's Tortuga. I mean, you know,
I mean, I get it.
Jack
maybe,
Sparrow was
Maybe
down
you
there.
need to like drink some water.
That's hard. It's hard.
It really is with the sun and the sand.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
You know, I've
You
been
don't play
known.
till 5, and might as well have a margarita at lunch.
or
and then-
17.
Yes. Hell, I can't say anything. I've been down to the Key West Songwriters Festival. And I get
Well,
on.
that's accepted there, right?
Well,
it's
it-
free.
It should be where
it's
he
free.
is.
No, everybody's not paying $1,000 a ticket like they do at Tortuga.
Is it $1,000 a ticket?
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's gotten real popular.
Oh, he wasn't at like the Luke Bryan thing, or
Just crash my playa.
Oh, was it Crash My Playa?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking Tortuga.
Tortillas.
yeah.
Tortilla.
I mean,
Yeah, Crash My Playa.
I got on that stool and one time in South and
Yes, let's hear your favorite Key West story.
Key West songwriter, and I could not make a sound. I had drank so much the first day. It was like, and my lawyer, who's a buddy,
Yeah.
he's out there going, "You sound like Bobby Pinson right now." I was like, "Oh man, this is not good."
As he's like scanning the crowd for cops and make sure you don't try and get on your scooter.
Yeah, I was just like, I was sober during the round, but the 2 days before in 100-degree
see.
heat,
Yeah.
just totally took my
fried.
voice.
Yeah.
So learned a
no,
valuable lesson that I had to learn.
That's
a
great.
few more times, but
I played the same song 3 times one show.
Did you really?
Yeah. We played I'm Tired 3 times. But Chad was like, I couldn't stop you. You would not stop singing it. Like, I don't remember. He goes, I know you don't remember it. Because we were all at breakfast at Cracker Barrel with the band, and we were talking. It's like, I thought the show was pretty good last night. He's like, yep. I'm Tired was good.
Yeah.
I'm like,
All
"What?"
of them.
He goes, yeah. All 3 times you played it. Oops.
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I saw Jamie Johnson fall asleep one time when he was performing.
Yeah.
He was on it wasn't Key West, but it was like
The Opry.
Some was it the Opry? No, it was something like that. It was some indoor venue, and he started singing "Angels Flying Too Close to the Ground," and he starts off, and he gets about 2 lines into the song, and he just kind of puts his head down a little bit like this, and it's like, oh,
He's feeling.
did he forget the words? Is he about to is he doing some like kind of like musical break and just come out of this, and it's going to be, and then he goes, raises up, and then he starts the song over like, and everybody's just like, oh, he's just super hammered and passed out while he was.
Well, I saw Hank Williams Jr. about a dozen times growing up.
Oh, but that was fantastic.
Every third one, he was ripping and roaring. So
when
maybe
when he would show up.
Yeah, exactly.
We went to watch him at Kings Island one time.
Oh, Kings
at the what was it called, the Wild Wolf something, or the Wilderness? I don't know. There's an amphitheater up there, and we got there at 8:00. I think Hank showed up like at 10.
Yeah.
Like, good Lord, dude. John Michael Montgomery opened up for him. And then John Michael was sitting on a stool. He played Steamroller and soloed for a good 20, 35 minutes.
Really?
Oh, it was awful.
Wow.
It was one of the worst shows I've ever been to. And I love John Michael. He's a friend. But this is back when I didn't know him. This is, mid-90s.
Yeah. Did you see Billy Ray Cyrus at one of the Trump Hall things?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that?
I've just seen the clip without the volume on.
Oh,
No,
you need
yeah.
the volumes.
He kind of
He looks amazing.
he didn't sound amazing, and at one point he's like, "Yeah, they asked me to fill a bunch of time," and he sang like Old Town Road.
Yeah.
He would sing like Old Town Road, and he did that like 6 times with the crowd, and he's like, "Yeah, I just got to fill a bunch of time up here. Has anybody ever heard Achy Breaky Heart?" And then he goes to play it, and the sound people pulled the sound from his guitar, and he's like, "Hey, I don't have any sound. Where'd everybody go?" Like everybody was like trying to get him off stage.
And he sang it like 2 steps down from where it should be.
Yeah.
You can tell my girl. You know,
Oh my goodness.
It was a train wreck.
one of our bass players that subs in sometimes played. I don't think he does anymore. Up till recently, played for Billy Ray. He's like, the dude will not drink water. He's like, he only drinks Red Bull.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah. So
Is he a track guy? I think that's all they do.
can't be good for you.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor liver, kidneys.
Where was your first deal in town?
It was with Sony.
With Sony.
And Walter Campbell. I don't know if you remember Walter.
I don't remember Walter.
Walter was kind of like this. He was one of the first before the Luke cut. He was like, I like what you're doing, but he didn't have, it was just him. Had me and Casey Wood and Pat McLaughlin.
Wow.
So the 3 of us, he signed me and did a partnership with Sony, who he had just left. He worked there for 20 years as a plugger. And he was like, man, I really don't want to work with Sony. And can we go to Warner? And I was like, well, Kim Wiggins is over there. And,
Oh yeah,
and we're hitting it off. So I was hoping to do that deal.
yeah.
And so we signed there, and Kim left like 6 months later. And
Come on,
then,
Kim.
And then Sony and EMI merged, like right in the
you were
middle.
for all that, yeah.
And they were like, you haven't had anything. And so it was like 2 quick years.
Wow.
And then I went to Warner with Blaine. And then he went to Universal about 8 months into that deal.
That's right. Yeah.
And then and then Beisel came over, and then we worked together. And then I went to Hori Pro.
Oh yeah. Hori Pro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is this new Hori Pro, or was this?
It was with Keithan Melton, Courtney Christ,
Butch.
Oh, new Hori Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah. New
Do you
Hori
remember
Pro.
old Hori Pro?
The one just right over.
Yeah. Right beside Brew House.
Yeah.
Which nobody was ever in the building. They were always at Brew House.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Woody Mullis. And
I think that's why
Noah.
Butch was hired. They were like, well, you're done.
Yeah.
So Butch, Butch and Keithan signed me over there, and that deal went fantastic. I got my first #1 over there with Jake. Well,
Made for you.
yeah, made for you. And I say first. my only number one.
Okay.
I'm very hopeful.
Yeah.
Turn to the next one. So, and had a lot of good things happen. And then they were bought, and I moved over to River House.
Oh, yeah,
And now I'm back with Sony
Oh.
through that partnership.
Nice.
So
Full circle.
yeah, been there 4 years. I think my deal's up in July. So we got to figure out what we're going to do.
I see. Okay.
Which I love it over there. So
Yeah.
it might be 4 more years.
Yeah.
4 more years.
Do you remember your first co-write in town?
Let's see who that would have been. It probably was with George Tarrant, who kind of convinced me.
I love George.
He was the best. He was, when I was working marketing, I'd hired George and Rivers to play our client event.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, hey, after the show, hey,
I'm a songwriter.
I'm a
songs,
songwriter.
dude.
You think you're cool?
I write for BMI.
Maybe you've heard it. Yeah. I'm a signed BMI writer. That's Bradley Collins.
God almighty.
I go to all the NSAI meetings.
I'm on the board.
Yeah. And so I had like, he goes, send me, or let's go have lunch and you play me like 4 songs. It's like, deal. And I came back, played him 4 songs. He goes, you're actually pretty good. I wanted to tell you, stick to your job, but you could make a living in this town.
I remember meeting with you, and I remember really liking your stuff. I don't remember
It was
why I didn't offer you a deal, but
no,
but I remember really liking it. And I know I set you up with a lot of Curb guys.
Yeah. Brian Davis, me and Brian wrote a bunch of songs together.
That's right. Yeah.
And so yeah, we would I did that, and
I don't think you told me you had that Luke Bryan cut though.
yeah, I probably didn't know I had it.
Probably
wouldn't
just
let him,
yet. I remember when I got it, we had just had our second daughter, Georgia, and I was walking her with one of those umbrella strollers.
Yeah.
And Brent Cobb calls me and he goes, hey man, Luke just cut our song. And I was like, oh my God. I took off running. That umbrella stroller's barely hanging on.
It's a hell of a first cut, man.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. And then nothing after that for like 3 years.
Yeah.
So, but when I got
it gives you just enough credibility to keep the doors open in songwriting, but also like feel that passion and like, all right, I can do this. I can do this.
Yeah. Well, George was probably my
And then your wife was like,
first
okay.
co-write.
Yeah.
And then Brent Cobb was probably close to my
It's
second.
2 really good ones.
Yeah.
George taught me how to be quiet.
Did he?
Yeah. In writing, because I started writing with George. I think when I first signed with McGraw in like 2010.
Didn't he have a bunch of McGraw stuff?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Jesus, Michael Farron just keeps calling me. But George was very cerebral. And, I was in the school of just whatever is in your head, throw it out. Throw it out.
See if
Let's
it
go.
sticks.
Yeah. Here, I've got this word.
Yeah.
This will help
Word
with
vomit.
your
Word
words.
vomit. Word vomit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And George one day was like, can you just be quiet for a second? And then put his head back down. And I was like, well, this dick. And then he started spitting out, just brilliance. And I'm like, okay, I understand.
Gosh, him and Rivers had so many good songs.
Oh,
So many good songs.
Oh man.
he's like a wordsmith.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
his stuff.
I haven't talked to him in a while. I need to reach out to
He
him. 'Cause-
retired.
Did he really?
Yeah, I saw him at lunch one day, and I was like, well, how's it going, man? How you been writing lately? He goes, I retired.
Well,
He
God
said,
bless him.
I'm tired of tired of it, I guess.
The old Bob McDill approach.
He's like, George has been a very prolific, very successful songwriter, and he was out. He said it's just changed. It's changed around me, and I just don't want to change.
Wow.
So,
Well,
I get
there
it.
you go.
Yeah.
I get it.
Fair enough.
Hopefully, he was a very smart guy.
Yeah,
Like he did his own contract, so I'm sure
Did he really?
he was able to.
he's
retire.
brilliant.
Yeah,
Just brilliant, dude.
Ballsy.
yeah.
But if you have that kind of mind, it can do that. I remember Vicky McGee used to do that. She's never used an attorney for any of her contracts.
She's like an attorney.
Yeah, she used to work for an attorney before she moved to Nashville.
Was a paralegal or something, right? I'm making all this up. I don't even know.
Something like that.
Yeah.
She was on Boston Legal.
Yeah, she was a trial
She was LA Law.
Yeah.
defense attorney.
I don't know. Yeah. She defended
Manson.
Wow. The Unabomber. Yeah.
Let's just make shit up, you know?
Change her Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
What was the Unabomber's name? What was his name?
Ted Kaczynski.
Kaczynski, yeah.
I used to change Tracy Lawrence's because we do this turkey fry every year.
Oh yeah, I did it last year.
Yeah.
I did the actual frying part of it. Yeah.
We've been there the past, I don't know, 20,000 years. I don't know. We started
Not this past year, but the year before that. Yeah.
But every year I change his Wikipedia page and his name to Turkey Lawrence on that day. Speaking of Wikipedia. Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm sure he really appreciates that.
He really does.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. He has no idea. Yeah.
So when you were, what was it? A couple of years ago, you did your little artist project?
Yeah, that was
How'd that come about?
I was talking, I wrote with S. Ice today, Aaron S. Ice.
Yeah.
And he's the one that produced it.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the end of last year and, how every songwriter gets to a point where it's just not fun. Like you're looking for purpose.
Yeah.
You've written 1,000+ songs and you're like, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? Who gives a darn anymore? And for me, it was the year before that. It was in November and I called him. I said, hey, let's make a record. Because he had always said, whenever you want to make a record, let's make a record. I want to produce it.
Okay.
So I called him. I said, man, I'm just stuck. I just don't know if I want to write songs anymore. I don't know what's going on, but maybe making a record will be fun and it'll change. And that's exactly what it did. It changed my whole, I was excited again about music. I started listening to music differently. I started writing better. And, so we put it together and, it was all songs. Most of them were songs I've had laying around for years or a few years.
Yeah.
And I wrote, I think 2 songs for it. One was with Keith Gaddis.
Nice.
And he ended up playing and singing on it.
That's awesome.
And right after he sang on it, unfortunately he passed, which was
so tragic and sad, man.
Yeah. And
I never really got to know him, but I've known his wife Penny for forever, and man, just leaving behind a wife and 2 young kids, man, it's just so tragic.
It's so terrible. And he was always my hero ever since I got in that Charlie Robinson world.
Oh yeah, dude.
He introduced me to Keith Gaddis by songs.
El Cerrito Place.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
El
Gosh,
Cerrito.
what a monster.
Monster.
One of the greatest songs ever. And so I got to know him and we were writing on a regular basis, thanks to Courtney Christ. And
Shout out Courtney.
Shout out.
She's a longtime pal.
And after he'd passed, I let the dust settle a little bit. And we knew we were going to release it in September. And I called and I said, hey, before Keith passed, he sang on I just want to make sure it's okay to still put that out there. And she goes, we would very much appreciate it if you did. And then I put it out there and his mom sent me a beautiful message and thanking me for putting that song out and just loving her son's music.
Yeah. How cool was that? Didn't Straight cut 4 or 5 of his songs, man?
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
I think Pardi may have cut one on this record. And so everybody's kind of going back and finding these songs. And
he's a guy who I really admired his songwriting. I knew him as the artist and stuff, but when I first got into publishing, I would hear his demos and stuff. And I was like, man, he's such a really good writer. He's very unique. I don't think he ever really got enough love from the Nashville community. Obviously, I think he was admired, but his style was so different, and it was never really what Nashville was doing at the time. I mean, obviously, he did get cuts here and there. Yeah. But it's just nice seeing how the community's kind of rallied around, him being gone and people like Strayed and Pardi going in and being I wouldn't call them sympathy cuts because they're great songs, but just people, the town kind of still championing his music. And
George had been cutting Gaddis songs for like the last 4 records.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not sympathy from him. He's always loved Keith's music, and it's just really cool. I mean, he's just the best. I mean, and to have that out there, and Courtney sent me the demo of the song I put on my record that he did.
Yeah.
Just in his house. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, that's so much cooler than mine.
He was so cool.
He was the coolest. And from the first note, you're like, that's way better than mine. I was like, hopefully no one ever hears that one. But
it's one of those people that pisses you off sometimes.
Yeah.
You can, like you said, you can do the same exact thing that he does. It doesn't sound the same.
It was weird. He didn't hear my arrangement until he sang on it, but he had already done the demo. It was very similar arrangements. We heard it exactly, or not exactly the same, but his just had kind of like the Willie Nelson thing, where he just waited a little bit. I mean, his pocket was way cooler, and his phrasing was so much better. And I was like, that's so good.
Damn it,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
so when I figured I have that record, I'll still pitch those songs. But when I pitch that song, it's always Keith's version.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no one wants to hear me sing it after Keith Gaddis sings it.
Yeah, he was a cool dude. I wish I could have known him better, but I've always heard nothing but good stuff about him. So that was a cool story, man. Thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that record, man, has done, it didn't get, like, I didn't put any expectations on it. Like, it needs to have 1 million streams.
Yeah.
I didn't care if it had 4 streams.
Yeah.
But if it were 4 people I really respected and they liked it, that was the prize.
Yeah.
So I did keep my expectations really low and manageable. And I wanted to make the record that I wanted to go out and buy.
Yeah.
And that record is that record.
That's awesome.
And ever since then, it's weird. I've gotten more opportunities. I've gotten the last year and a half have probably been my best year and a half in my 15 years.
Hell yeah, dude.
So that's what I give credit to. That record for making me love music again. And,
even if it's just that.
And giving me momentum. And that's what I do, like, for my wife's sake, because those things aren't free. You got to spend money. You got to spend your own money on it. And so I was like, well, I'm going to spend it. So when I talk about that record, it was financially returning in different ways, not necessarily in streams, but in other ways.
Yeah.
So.
Sometimes we need that shot in the arm, because we do. I mean, our job it's very rewarding. Sometimes not monetarily, but sometimes we need a little bit of a change, because we can't get into a mundane thing. We can't get into it every day. I got to go to the row and write. Say this. I have to go. It's like, I get to go. But, you go in here and you're like, okay, you get into a pattern. And I know you're probably like-minded with me, as most creative people are, that pattern can be a detriment sometimes.
Absolutely.
And you need a little bit of a left even if, God forbid, something bad happens in your life, sometimes we need that.
Yeah.
I mean, Jenna will say it to me all the time. She's like, I'm thinking about breaking up with you for a week. I'm like, why? Because you're not doing anything right now. I mean, you're doing things, but you're not doing anything.
Yeah. I wanted to be scared.
Yeah.
I wanted to be nervous.
Out of your comfort zone.
And I was just like, and not like you show up. I mean, it is a lunch pail kind of existence sometimes.
Sure.
You're putting on basically same jeans, same boots, same black V-neck shirt that I wear every day. And you're showing up, you're writing one of 5 different topics. And I wanted to be like, this might be a total disaster. People are going to think I'm crazy. And none of that happened. And I still got I got a boost. It was like a Red Bull. I mean, it was like, let's go. Let's do this.
Ray.
It gives you gives you kind of a new way to funnel your creativity instead of, the same path. It's like, we're going to go around this way.
Yeah.
Well, you have kids just, our songs are our children.
Yeah.
And some songs that I've written that, you've been listening to them today, you look back and you're like, well, why hasn't that been cut? And I'm sure you did this. It's like, I want to look at the songs that nobody has cut, or, that I love, that haven't gone anywhere. I
Absolutely.
want to do those.
Yeah. And which one? It's kind of weird because you write with artists, you write with different writers, and some days you write your song. Most days you're writing their song or their story, their voice. There are a lot of songs I just can't sing.
Sure.
There's no way I'm going to record those. So what are the songs that are going to be in my voice that I have a connection to? So it was an awesome exercise in like A&R, marketing, distribution. You got all that in that. And now I feel comfortable, like when I'm writing, I'm like, I can't write 700 ballads this year. Guess what? They're not cutting 700 ballads this year. But
the whole town's cutting about 7.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's going to be one of those, a single. So you just, it taught me to write different. It did so much good that it was worth the money my wife spent on that record.
Thanks, Robin.
The honesty.
No, that was a Jake Owen present. That was.
Thanks, Jake.
Yeah. Thank you, Jake Owen.
Where do you like to go eat in town?
We're out on the west side.
West side?
In Franklin, Bellevue area.
Yeah.
So we can go to the same spots.
Not Pasquale out there.
Yeah, right there.
Right there in Pasquale.
We're in Temple Hills.
No. Great golf course.
Yeah. So we do a lot of crappy Mexican, but Super Rica's my jam.
Las Palmas right there.
Super Rica's so good.
Super Rica's
That's
the
Tex-Mex
best.
right there. So
Buenos dias.
Super Rica and wherever my daughters want to eat, which is usually Chipotle.
oh, okay.
That's all they do.
Chipotle.
My youngest is, I swear, she's probably half Mexican. Her real dad's a Mexican because that's all she wants is Mexican
Mailman.
food.
Yeah.
What? Mailman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Carnitas.
He said her real dad.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah.
Dude, I love Mexican food, but that's just my Texas roots, man. It's I can't get enough of it.
I always forget you're from Texas.
I love Mexican. It's just I like to be fat sometimes.
Yeah. God, it's so good.
It's it's the same food, just shaped different.
I just love margaritas.
Those don't suck either.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the virgin margaritas.
Oh yeah,
I just love sweet and sour.
Skinnies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like cheese dip and chips.
Yeah, man.
I like
queso.
to dip that in the sour cream first and then go into the queso with it.
You order sour cream?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Hit the sour cream with that chip first.
Okay.
And get that double banger with the cheese dip after that.
Do you get your own?
Change your life.
Do you get your own bowl so you don't pollute?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
community
David
bowl.
does not care about pollution.
I don't.
He is not green when it comes to
cars.
Mexican food.
I cut my catalytic converter off this morning. Yeah, I'm walking around. I'm in my car. I'm like spraying old hairspray bottles. Let's go, ozone. You know,
That's amazing.
Yeah,
You go so hard in the paint.
I do go so hard in the paint.
But yeah, that's where we hang out. Just as we say, I eat where my family tells me we're eating.
Any Loveless Cafe visits?
We haven't been there. I mean, we're a mile away or whatever.
Yeah.
We haven't been there in years.
It's hard to, man.
It's too crowded.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So
The biscuits are nice.
yeah, we'll stop. They moved they have a little to go, or they used to, little to go in the gas station next door.
Yeah.
So we'll swing
Still
in there.
Okay.
For the biscuits and gravy
Yeah, I
on a
forgot
Sunday.
that. Yeah, that's convenient.
Yeah. You just swing in there and get it.
I just never get out that way.
Yeah.
I live on the south side of town and
Southside.
so sorry. Represent Owensville.
In town.
No low.
What? No.
Yeah. Good times.
Mighty. What do you got going on right now you're excited about?
I've been writing songs with a guy named Hudson Westbrook.
No?
He's a Texan. Mm-hmm. He's I think from Stevensville, Texas.
Stephenville. Yeah.
Stephenville.
Yeah.
Not two Stevens, just one Steven.
Singular.
A PH?
Yeah.
Or V?
I used to live pretty close there.
And he released one of our songs, and it's just blowing up. It's crazy.
Hudson Westbrook. Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
yeah. He wrote. We wrote a song with Dan Alley. It's called "House Again," and I think he released it in October. It's already got just on Spotify 30 million streams.
That's strong to quite strong.
And it's already my top 5 most streamed songs
Wow.
ever.
Wow.
So in just a few months.
Is he signed somewhere, or is he just
Yeah, he
independent
just
right now?
signed with Warner.
Okay, that's how I know that name.
Yeah,
I knew it sounded super familiar.
yeah, and we've been writing a bunch, and it's been great. And Jon Pardi's got one coming out.
Nice.
Party time.
Yeah,
You
that's
on that new album?
yeah,
Yeah, baby.
Me and Ryan Beaver. And,
What song?
No, that Ryan's not on that one. Sorry, Ryan.
Sorry,
Ryan.
Ryan.
He did that to me the other day. So
There it is. We got 4. We got 4.
3.
You've heard. We got 4, sort
Doing
of.
the boom boom.
Well, yeah, that
I got
counted
the
as.
applause. That one.
All right, let's
And
just hit
Let's
it.
hit it.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say, way-ho.
Way-ho.
I say, boom, boom, boom. Now everybody say, way-ho.
Neil?
I say,
Way-ho.
boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say, way-ho.
What the hello?
Yeah.
But
I had to put that on there for David so he would
It's.
be happy.
Have you seen that? It came from Vine.
no, I haven't seen it.
It's the really skinny white girl with the glasses, and
She's
she's
sitting
so
in front
awkward.
of her computer
No.
doing that.
She was just sitting in front of her computer doing that, and she was very serious about it.
Yeah,
And she has worse time than Willie Nelson.
she
And she
gets
literally
the
does
party
that
started
for
though.
3 minutes straight.
Yeah,
Gets the party started.
Yeah.
every
That's
time.
it. That's
it is.
dude.
It's yeah.
But yeah, we did the. He went to work is what we got. Brandon Kinney
Brandon Kinney.
and Dan Alley again.
Oh,
So Jon Pardi cut that, and hopefully it'll be out in the spring.
Nice.
So yeah, there's a few things, a few other artists that are growing up. William Beckman and
Yeah. Have you written with him?
yeah.
How was he?
It was good. It was good.
Seems like an interesting person.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
And
David likes his mustache.
who?
William Beckman.
Man, I don't know.
he kind of Jamie Johnson on this. He was, woke up, what?
Jamie, you gay? No, I ain't gay.
Welcome to Swingtown. Yeah.
I didn't zone out. I just don't know. William Beckworth.
William Beckman.
Yes, Beckham.
Yes.
Bend it like Beckham.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
great. I think he's over at Warner as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
He's a signed artist on Warner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
and I got the current Luke single.
Do you really?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Country song came on. And,
Dude. Hell
Look
yeah.
at you.
And a guy named Bryce Leatherwood.
I love Bryce. Saw him yesterday.
Yeah, he's
Downstairs.
his current single's mine as well. So
Dude.
we're just
Look at you.
I mean,
Look at
it's
that.
selfish.
look at
2025
Just
coming
so
in hot.
15-year town, baby.
15 year town. Move over, Troy Cartwright. It's a 15-year town.
I'm on the like 25, 26 year town right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I moved here, it's about that. When I first when I was able to get serious and buckle down.
How long were you
15.
here before you signed your first deal?
10 years probably.
10 years?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's working marketing, working for the
Yeah.
unnamed temporary service and getting married and then getting back into
Yeah.
it. So,
Lordy, don't the wheels turn slow down there on music? Road?
Man, they really do.
It's
Yeah.
like, why does it take 10 years? I mean,
don't
obviously,
know.
some people do it sooner, but like that's like the industry standard.
and then like someone like Hudson is blowing up overnight.
Yeah, damn you, Hudson.
I think he's
But good for
20
him.
years old.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
He's just a pup.
He's just a
Crazy
pup.
kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of these young
I
people.
mean, you started off pretty fast.
Yeah, I moved here in 98 and worked at Applebee's, which I made it then. You know, when you can sling a Bourbon Street steak,
That's right.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm in. Did some karaoke at Applebee's. No, I
Highway
signed-
100 or
Huh? No.
Or not-
Applebee's Hermitage.
Hermitage.
It's
okay.
not. It's a Whataburger now.
Oh, gotcha.
It burned down after I left. They couldn't handle it anymore.
That's Bourbon Street.
He's gone.
Bourbon Street's gone.
I used to run the smoking section. I had 13 tables,
Wow.
and my name tag said Shabazz.
Did it really?
I swear to God, it's pre 9/11.
Shabazz.
Yeah, it's like I watched the Great White Hype, and Marvin Shabazz was one of the guys. I'm like, I like that last name.
Yeah.
So I made my name Shabazz, and I told everybody I was Muslim. Didn't
Didn't work.
it had to turn it off after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
What kind of got lost in that story was he was working in the smoking section
Yeah.
Right.
of a restaurant.
Yeah,
Dude, I remember those days.
it
Yeah.
was
My
like
parents were
smoking or
big
non-smoking.
smokers.
It's like you're right next to it. You know?
Some of them, like the Sizzler, had that one curtain.
Sizzler.
I forgot about the curtain.
Yeah,
What about the smoking section on airplanes?
that was a curtain as well.
Yeah.
It was like
I
And
remember.
they had the
It didn't
little,
even
little
close.
ashtrays like
Yeah.
they used to in cars, you know?
yeah, yeah.
What happened to them?
It's like
What
cracking,
happened to us?
cracking your window going to Panama City. Dad just cracking it that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're laying in the floorboard.
Gagging. Secondhand cancer.
Dad,
Yeah.
we used to get up at 4:30 in the morning and leave to go to Daytona. It was so annoying. He gave me a coffee
He had to
can
beat
to be in.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah,
We're not stopping.
we're not stopping. We've got to get there. To this day, I cannot stand to stop anywhere. It's ingrained in me.
Yeah,
it
we-
makes Jenna so mad. She's
we
like, "Why don't you enjoy
dehydrate
the
our
journey?"
kids.
It's like I can't. Yeah,
Dehydrate our kids.
give me
right.
the coffee can, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Oh.
girls can't use the Gatorade bottle.
I moved here in '98. Signed my first publishing deal in 2001. Yeah, with Ben Vaughn, EMI.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's the first person Ben signed.
Really?
Worked out real well for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
he's the head of everything
He
because
is
of that
now.
deal.
He basically owns Nashville now, I think.
Yeah, because of you.
Yeah. Signed the publishing deal 2001, record deal in 2006.
And y'all were on Universal.
Universal Mercury.
Yeah. One of my good buddies, John Ettinger.
Edinger.
Yeah.
It's a hard G.
Yeah, he was probably your promo guy. Wasn't
He was the head of promotion when we signed there.
Yeah.
And then got fired thereafter.
Yeah.
With everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is really good for a career.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Really helps. Keep
really
things
help.
on track
When you put out a single and they fire everyone, it always works out.
every time.
That's that halfway to hazard timing right there.
What did they tell you then? There's nothing to be worried
Sorry.
about. There's nothing to be worried about.
Luke Lewis was over in the corner high.
Yeah.
So, that dude.
They're bringing back Lost Highway. They're still.
Are they?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was one of the best
it was
record
T-Bone
labels.
Burnett, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be heading it up ish.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because it worked out so well the first time.
Dude, there were so many great records off
There
that.
were Ryan Adams was on there.
Yeah. Hayes
I think-
Carl.
Yeah.
Trouble in Mind.
Didn't they put Willie on that or something?
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, yeah.
Willie was on there.
Yeah. I don't think you can put him anywhere else.
No. Wow.
Lucinda Williams.
God, she's so good.
Yeah. She was.
So-
she's the
so
best.
good.
So.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we
Yeah.
go.
It's good times.
Yeah.
Reminiscing down memory lane right there, buddy.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where can
Well-
people find you?
They can't.
They can't. You don't have
Please
social
don't try
medias.
to find me. Yeah, I'm on social media.
Come on, dude. What is-
Neil.
Neil.
The correct way to spell Neil.
How?
Medley.
Oh, Neil.
Real last name. Real last name Medley. And it's at Neil Medley everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow you right now
please do.
on the Instagram.
Please do. I got my content is amazing.
I'm sure.
I like people's stuff and I'll repost a meme every once in a while.
Yeah,
It's,
you got to repost the memes. That's
Yeah.
the
Oh,
game.
I got it.
yeah. So, but yeah, I'm there and I'm over at River House if you need me.
Oh, I found you. Nashville singer-songwriter. Excuse me.
I choked him up.
Made him sick.
My album,
he's
South End Kid, is out now.
South End Kid is out now.
You're followed by Twangtown.
That's right.
Yeah.
That must be a
guy.
cult thing.
Who is that guy?
Yeah. Look at
Look at
it.
that.
Look at that.
I'm serious.
Just look at him.
I'm serious.
You're stoic.
Yeah,
that
all my songs are
fancy
very
lighting.
serious.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, man. Hey, have you ever spun a wheel of shame?
No.
You're about to.
Oh shit.
This is how you know when someone listens to a whole episode of Twang Town.
did not make it through the Justin Wilson one.
It's fine. We almost didn't make it through Justin Wilson.
So this is part of our Twang Town initiation,
Yep.
Is this
and so
You may
it's
not
all
know
in-
what you don't
it's
know
all
what
in
they mean.
code.
okay? Dragon's Breath sounds like a hot wing or something.
Oh,
I don't know if I'm in the mood for that today. So please don't land on that one.
you what?
I don't know if I'm in the mood for that one today.
Man, I tell you what.
Oh, should I give it a real spin?
Well,
Yeah,
you
Price
know,
is
you,
Right.
You do whatever you want to.
What is that?
Please be Chubby Bunny.
Panache.
Oh,
Pinche?
pinche pendejo.
I don't
Oh,
have
yeah.
it. You guys spin it again. I still haven't bought tequila.
Wow. Wow.
All right, I'm going again.
Please be Chubby Bunny.
We're gonna do.
Chubby Bunny.
All right, that's close enough to Truth or Drink.
Okay.
Truth or drink. Which typically we just call it truth. And I don't know why it's called truth or drink.
Yeah, is there any drinks?
All right, Neil.
All right,
Pick a card, any card, but don't look at it.
all right. This one, this yellow one right here.
I mean, you technically could look at it.
It takes all the fun out of it.
You take all the fun out of it. Does it sound like I'm eating ice?
A little bit.
Okay. One of my buddies he's the voice of the LSU Tigers. Grew up with him in East Kentucky.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he's Chris Blair. But he's like, he'll listen to podcasts and one. He was like, "Were you eating the other day?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "That's so rude." He's like, his dad ran the radio station back home. He's like, "My dad would have killed you." I'm like, I know.
That's a big
meatball
no-no.
sandwich.
That's a big no-no in the professional
Yeah,
world.
I was eating a steak.
How about put in some gum? Then I was like, no, I can't do that.
All right, Neil. How many seconds is the ideal hug? And should we all test your hypothesis?
Absolutely. We should.
Laying down.
And if we are testing it, it's 72 seconds. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. You're a big hugger.
It's a 2-second hug.
Just in and out.
Yeah. I don't think that's in and out. Is that like
1,001, 1,002.
two.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty close.
One Mississippi, two Mississippi.
Yeah.
Do you get uncomfortable if someone lasts longer than 2 seconds?
Well, it depends.
What if they push up against you?
Depends if it's male or female.
What part of the body?
You know, like if it's a pelvic thrust
pelvic
towards you
thrust?
and like a little rub up and down.
Depends. If it's Riley Green, man, pelvic thrust. It's
a good-looking dude.
It's a great looking dude.
That's a lot. That's a lot to thrust.
It's a lot of solid man right there.
And I might be in trouble. He's taller than I am.
Push your duck man against
There's
me
no
there,
telling
Riley.
where that's going. But yeah, 2 seconds, I think.
I like it.
Okay.
Is
I like
a
it.
good bro hug or a
Yeah.
Yeah.
or a stranger like not my wife hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
All right.
All right. So,
All right.
your final challenge.
Oh, it's
Oh
so
shit,
good.
we got another thing.
This is it. So, this is something we do with everybody. This is called the Atomic Rhino Smelling Salts.
Oh,
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand you this bottle. You're going to hold it up about chin height
Chin high.
and just give it a good. Okay.
do y'all really do this to
Yep,
everybody?
everybody.
Or is this
Go listen to all the episodes and you'll
Yep.
see.
I'll just fast forward to the end of them.
It won't kill you. Come on, big.
Is it
Put on your big boy pants.
All right.
Closer. Right here.
Put it under my chin. My
Come
eyes
on.
already twitching.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, baby.
That was going.
Now you can go sing all the vocals.
Oh my goodness.
I think you see Jesus right now.
I know. I think I snorted whatever was in there out of there.
Dude, it's so rough.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. We've had a couple of people just keel over.
Yeah.
They
We
got
almost
me.
killed a couple people.
Yeah.
That went perfectly through my nose, through my throat. Now I know how it all works
Yeah.
inside of me
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Oh my
all
Now
god.
you know where the air
connected.
goes. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Dude,
thanks
thank-
for ending on that one.
Thank you
Yeah.
for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Absolutely. Thanks
You're
for
always
having me.
welcome back.
I appreciate
Part of
it.
the family now.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much. And like I said, thanks for giving a damn.
Absolutely.
course,
I
dude.
appreciate
Colt,
it.
Yes, David.
tell them what they can do.
Yes, you can follow us, listen to us on all.
Follow.
I've messed this whole thing up.
You have.
We are available on all streaming platforms. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Like.
Rate, share, subscribe, comment, all the things.
Send us money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just we like or
You're
gifts.
big on Venmo.
We are huge on Venmo,
We love
Cash
Venmo,
App,
PayPal,
PayPal,
Cash App.
or just checks. Post dated. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm fine.
Just leave the amount field
Send us
blank.
your royalties.
We'll fill it in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sign over all your royalties.
Yes.
Neil, we expect a letter of direction in a couple weeks.
That'd be great.
I don't know what that is, but
TuneCore.
Dude, thank you so much for coming on.
thanks
Appreciate
for
it,
having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you sometime again.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.